Anthony Edwards says he will join NFL, quit NBA if he wins a title in the next few years. So, I don't want to be a buzzkill here. I don't want to knock anybody. But I'd say there are several reasons this is a bad idea. For him to even be distracted at this point in time in his career is bad enough as it is, right? But let's just discuss this real quick and we'll get out of here, right? Let's say everything goes accordingly. Why would you want to, let's say you do win a championship in the NBA. You can't serve two masters, right? For lack of a better term right now. That's completely lack of a better term. So I understand that. I'm just, trying to make some sense of this, right? If you did win a championship in the NBA, why would you go play football, bro? At the professional level we're talking about here. If you wanted to do this, why do you want to do this now all of a sudden? You had time in college to live out all of this stuff, to get this out of your system, to play football one more time, then play basketball. You're finna jeopardize your pro career just because you want to try to prove that you could play both sports. I'm not gonna lie, it's such a kiddish thing. Like, it's different when a guy like Deion Sanders or Russell Wilson, when they play football and baseball. Difference being, baseball isn't such, you can still get hurt playing baseball too, but it's not such wear and tear like a football is. Football was their main thing. Baseball was the side thing. Baseball was the secondary thing. Football was the priority thing. If basketball was your second thing, you might have it's not likely either way. You spending most of your time developing your basketball skill is going to decline some of your football skill to an extent, regardless if you want to believe that or not, especially at a professional level where you haven't practiced football in years. All you've been doing is basketball. Those guys, all they do is football, and that's all they've done. You're a guy who's trying to play both sports. Not a good idea, buddy. The guys who made it pro football, we're talking about pro here. These are world-class athletes, some of the best athletes in the world. So is basketball, but football, you're physically clashing over and over all day, all year. And despite football being a lot softer these days than it used to be back in the 2000s and 90s and shit, it's still very physical and you still can get hurt, And for you to be out of football shape, you have to get in football shape. You can't just play football, bro. You ain't finna just go out there, especially in the NFL. This is just a bad idea. If I were people around him, I wouldn't even allow him to entertain the thought of this. The most I could see I would possibly allow to entertain this would be, maybe they're saying 3-on-3 will be at the Olympics. Not 3-on-3. Some flag football. I don't know if it'll be 3-on-3 or not, whatever it is. There will be flag football at the Olympics. That's as far as I let this go. That's as far as I would let this go if I was anybody around him. You made your choice years ago, buddy. If you wanted to do football, you would have made that decision coming out of high school. When you were in college, you would have made that decision. Why be a top pick in the NBA, become one of the top players in the NBA, and then leave the NBA to go play football? Jesus Christ, that's a hard hustle, homie. That's a hard one. Football, bro. Shit, if you were going to do that, you would have had to have decided that earlier than now, bro. Because even though you think you're still a great athlete, and you are, it's a difference when those guys eat, sleep, breathe, live football. Some of those guys never played basketball before. They're all football. Do you see what I'm saying? And a lot of guys that play defense are all football guys. And they're great and they're gonna hit your ass, and that's what they're used to. You ain't been hit in years, bro. You go out there and start getting your ass tore up if you want. It's not gonna end well, my friend. And yes, you're still fairly young, but it's a difference from being what? How old is he? 25, probably. He's still young, but the time he's saying it's gonna seem like he's gonna try to pull this off, it might be him closer to 30. When you're closer to 30, boy, shit, all right? That's why football is a young man's game. They want you young as they could get you. 21, 22, 20. They want you fresh out of college. They don't want no, because they're only going to have you for, if you come in that late, bro, you're not going to last that long. Sorry to tell you, but if he's willing to screw around and find out, I guess that's his business. I definitely advise him not to go that route, though. Let's see what happens, though.